Hello and welcome to the program from the National Assembly. I am Itaire Ikben. It's good to have you join us at this time. The National Assembly is on recess from plenary to observe the Salah and Easter break. However, committee engagements and oversight, as well as constituency outreaches, are ongoing as lawmakers carry out their functions at various levels. Before the plenary recess, the House of Representatives passed for second reading more than 100 constitution alteration bills that have been referred to the Committee on Constitution Review. These bills will proceed for public hearings as part of the legislative process to test their popularity or otherwise with the public. One of the bills proposes a transition from the current presidential system to a parliamentary system of government. Other constitution amendment proposals include to reduce the period for determination of pre-election matters, to provide special seats for women in the national and state houses of assembly, and to include youth and persons living with disabilities in political appointments. Of course, you will recall that the Special Seats Bill did not pass the litmus test in the 9th Assembly, and whether it will scale through this time around is only a matter of time. Two of the constitution alteration bills that initially scaled second reading have been withdrawn by the House to allow for further consultations and debate by the lawmakers. On the program today, we'll bring you the highlights of the House plenary of Thursday, the 27th of March, 2025.
This order of the day is a motion on rescission of the resolution of the House on House Bills 1164, 1165, which was a repetition of 1164, and then 2120, pursuant to Order 9, Rule 16 of the Standing Orders of the House of Representatives. This is standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihombre, House Leader. House Leader is invited to move the motion.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move for a rescission of the resolution of the House on HBs 1664 and 2120, pursuant to Order 9, Rule 16 of the Standing Orders of the House of Representatives. That the House do note that the debate on the general principles of the underlisted constitutional alteration bills were debated and referred to the Committee on Constitution Review for further legislation. That is one, a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to qualify the immunity conferred on the President, remove the immunity conferred on the Vice President, the governors, and their deputies in order to curb corruption, eradicate impunity, and enhance accountability in public office and for related matters, HB 1664. And the other is a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the penalties for certain capital offenses in alignment with relevant international best practices and for related matters, HB 2120. The first bill is under Honorable Solomon T. Bob, and the other bill is under Honorable Benjamin Okeze and 6 others. We're aware that the provisions of the bills require that the House will take a second look at it. And cognizant of the need to rescind these bills, we resolve that these bills be rescinded by this House and subject to debate when we resume. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I rise to second the motion for rescission of the three bills I so second.
Rescission motion, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. What it means is that we have taken back our step on these two issues that needed more debate on capital punishment as well as immunity It's something that we have to debate later on in more detailed form. And I thank you for your understanding. The sponsors of the bill, they also understood that for now, we'll keep it until we debate later on in a more thorough, comprehensive form. Thank you. The first business of the day is presentation of 7 bills, and I invite clerk to read their short titles.
Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 6 Alteration Bill 2025 First Reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 6 Alteration Bill 2025 First Reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 6 Alteration Bill 2025 First Reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 6 Alteration Bill 2025 First Reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2025 First Reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2025 First Reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 6 Alteration Bill 2025 First Reading.
Act to amend the Federal University of Agriculture Act, CAP F22, Laws of Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to make provision for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture and Technology, Obiakpa, Orukanam, Akwa Ibom State, and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihomber. Honorable members recall that the House adopted a report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Tuesday, 25th March 2025. I will not invite the leader at the moment. I will invite him at the end of the 6th order to enable him to do all of them at the same time. The second order, I will invite you later, leader. Okay. The second order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Act Cap 812, Laws of Federation of Nigeria, 2004, as amended to make provision for the establishment of Federal College of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry, Telase, Gombe State, and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihombre. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted a report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 26 March 2025.
Honorable Agbese, Honorable Adigbeson, please let's dissolve this mini paragraph.
The third order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Federal University of Agriculture Act Cap F22 Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004 to make provision for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture and Technology, Okeho, or your state, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihombre, honorable members will recall that the bill was adopted and the report adopted from the Committee of the Whole on Wednesday, 26 March 2025. The fourth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish the Federal University of Science and Technology, Cabo, Kano State, to make provision for its due management and administration and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihombre, honorable members will recall that the House adopted a report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 26 March 2025. The fifth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish National Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment, Kano State, to provide treatment and research for cardiovascular cases and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihombre, honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 26 March 2025. The sixth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish Federal University of Kigwe, Imo State, to make comprehensive provision for its due management, administration, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihombre, members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 25th March 2025. I therefore call on the House Leader to move that this sixth bill be now read the third time. Honorable Julius Ihombre, please.
Move that the following bills clearly enunciated by the Speaker be read a third time. SB 675, SB 297, SB 720, SB 691, and HB 868, and one more, SB 396 be read at all time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Rise to second the motion for the third reading of the listed bills, mainly Senate bills. I say this for emphasis: SB 675, SB 297, SB 720, SB 691, House Bill 868, and Senate Bill 396. I so second.
Those in support of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, you may now read the long title of the bills.
A bill for an act to amend the Federal Universities of Agriculture Act F22 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 to make provision for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture and Technology, Obiopa, Orukanam, Akwa Ibom State, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act 812 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 as amended to make provision for the establishment of Federal College of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry, Talase, Gombe State, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to amend the Federal Universities of Agriculture Act F22 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 to make provision for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture and Technology, Okeho, Oyo State, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to establish the Federal University of Science and Technology, Cabo, Kano State, to make provision for its due management and administration and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to establish National Institute for Cardiovascular Disease Research and Treatment, Kano State, provide treatment and research for cardiovascular cases and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to establish Federal University Okigwe, Imo State, to make comprehensive provision for its due management, administration, and for related matters. Third reading.
SB 675, read the third time and pass. SB 297, read the third time and pass. SB 720, read the third time and pass. SB 691, read the third time and pass. HB 868, read third time and pass. SB 396, read third time and pass.
I rise, Mr. Speaker, to move that a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal University of Education, Zaria, for the promotion, development of teacher education, to make comprehensive provision for management and administration of university, and for related matter, be read the second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Your Excellency, I rise to second the bill number HB 2229 be read a second time. I so second.
Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This is an establishment bill. I don't think we need any synopsis on this. I'll just put the question. Those in support of the motion that this bill be read a second time, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This bill is referred to committee. Yes, please, Clerk, read the short title of the bill, please.
A bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal University of Education, Zaria, for the promotion and development of teachers' education, make comprehensive provision for management and administration of the university and for related matters. Second reading.
Thank you very much. The bill is referred to the Committee on University Education. The eighth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the Yusuf Maitama Sule Federal University of Education, Kano, for related matters, standing in the names of Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, Honorable Issa Bello, Ambarura. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on the 6th March 2025, and I invite Honorable Ambarura to move that the bill be now read the second time.
Mr. Speaker, I rise up to read a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the Yusuf Maitama Sule Federal University
of Education, Kano, for the promotion and development of teachers' education, made comprehensive provision for management and administration of the university and for related matters, HB 2232, to be read for the second time. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
I rise this morning to second the motion ably moved by my colleague. Thank you.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Please, clerk.
A bill for an act to provide for establishment of for the establishment of the Yusuf Maitama Sule Federal University of Education, Kano, for the promotion and development of teachers' education, make comprehensive provision for management and administration of the university and for related matters. Second reading.
Thank you. This bill is referred to Committee on the University Education. The ninth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of the Bill for an Act to establish the Avanikoku Federal University of Education, IMO, for the promotion and development of teachers' education, make comprehensive provision for management and administration of the university and for related matters. Standing on the name, in the names of Honorable Abbas Tajuddin and Honorable Ika Wonu Ugochinyere. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time Wednesday, 26 March 2025, and I invite Honorable Ika Wonu to move that the bill be now read the second time.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the bill for an act to establish the Avanikoku Federal University of Education, Owerri, Imo State, for the promotion and development of teachers' education, make comprehensive provision for management and administration of the university, and give the university its statutory backing, be read for a second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Speaker, I rise this afternoon to second the motion ably moved by my colleague.
In support of this motion, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Please, clerk, long title.
A bill for an act to establish Alvan Ikoku Federal University of Education, IMO, for the promotion and development of teachers' education, make comprehensive provision for management and administration of the university and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to Committee on University Education. The 10th order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to repeal the National Institute for Nigerian Languages Act, CAP N50, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, and enact the provisions for the establishment of the University of Nigerian Languages, Abia State, to make comprehensive provision for its due management and administration and for other related matters. Signing in the name of Honorable Benjamin Okezekal and 8 others, honorable members will recall that the bill was consolidated on Thursday, 24th October 2024. And I invite Honorable Isiaka to move that the bill be now read a second time.
I rise still under your able leadership and with the permission of my very distinguished honorable colleagues, that you do allow me to take and allow for passage to the second reading, a bill for an act to repeal the National Institute for Nigerian Languages Act, CAP N50, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, and enact the provisions for the establishment of the University of Nigerian Languages, Abia State, to make comprehensive provisions of its due management and administration and for related matters. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any seconder?
I rise to second the motion for this bill to be read the second time, as ably moved by my constituents. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Please, clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to repeal the National Institute for Nigerian Languages Act, CAF N50, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2000.
This bill is referred to Committee on University Education. The 11th order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to establish the National Sports Development Fund for the Federal Republic of Nigeria to provide a dedicated fund for the financing support for sporting activities in Nigeria and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable James Abiodun Faleke, honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 11 March 2025, and I invite Honorable Faleke to move that the bill be now read the second time.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I rise to move for a bill for an act to establish the National Sports Development Fund for the Federal Republic of Nigeria to provide a dedicated fund for the financing support for sporting activities in Nigeria and for related matters, HB 218. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I so move.
Rise this afternoon to second this motion to move into second reading, HB 2184. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, please read the long title of it.
A bill for an act to establish National Sports Development Fund for the Federal Republic of Nigeria to provide a dedicated fund for the financial support for sporting activities in Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading.
The 12th order of the day is commencement of debate on general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board Act Cap 010 Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004 to provide for establishment of National Orthopedic Hospital Shinkafi, Zamfara State, and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Bello Hassan Shinkafi. Remember, we'll recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 12 March 2025, and I invite Honorable Shinkafi to move that the bill be read the second time.
I rise here today before this honorable house to move that a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Management Hospital Board Act Cap 01 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 to provide for the establishment of National Orthopedic Hospital Shinkafi, Zamfara State, and for related matters. HB 2159 to read for the second time.
Thank you. Any seconder?
Arise to second the motion that the bill be read the second time.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, please read the long title of the bill.
Orthopedic Management Hospitals Board Act Cap 010 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 to provide for the establishment of National Orthopedic Hospital Shinkafi, Zamfara State, and for related matters. Second reading.
The 13th order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board Act Cap 010 Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004 to provide for the establishment of the Orthopedic Hospital Yauri, KB State, under the control of the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board affiliated to the Federal University, Benin, KB Teaching Hospital, and related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Gaba Omar Oba. In this case now will be represented by Bello Amambura Ambaburura. Honorable members recall that the bill was read the first time Thursday, 13th March 2025, and I invite Honorable Ambarura to move that the bill be now read the second time.
Mr. Speaker, I rise up to read for the second time on a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Hospitals Management Board Act, Cap 010, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to provide for the establishment of the Orthopedic Hospital Yawuri, Kebbi State, under the control of the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board, affiliated to the Federal University, Birnin Kebbi Teaching Hospital, and for related matters. HB 101. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I stand to second the motion ably moved by Ambarura. I so second.
In support of this motion, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Please read the long title of the bill.
I rise up to crave the indulgence of the House to suspend Order 8, Rule 5, in order to place to...
No, it's not Order 8 Rule 5. Order 8 Rule 7.
Rule 7, sorry, sir.
Sub 2.
Order 8, Rule 7, Sub 2, to listen to Sorry, Mr. Speaker. I rise up to, Mr. Speaker, I'm Honorable Bele Issa Amburura. I rise up to second the motion that the House be suspend the urban rule, to move that the House suspend the second rule, Order 8, Rule 7, Sub 2, in order to listen to items 14 to number 40. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any seconder? Minority Leader? Also, the Nobi is beside you. Can you second, please?
I rise to second that we suspend our House rule, Order 8, Rule 7, Sub 2, to allow us to take together our orders from 14 to 50. I so.
Those against say name. The ayes have it. And I invite the leader of leaders, the House leader, to move that the bills be now read the second time. The floor is yours, Prof.
I rise to move that the following bills, 14 to 50, be read a second time. These include HB 1383, Kafilat Ogbara, HB 536, Ikegwonu Onyinye Ugochinyere, HB 1763, Akin Alabi, HB 1482, Benjamin Okalu and 6 others, HB 2196, Benjamin Okalu and 6 others, HB 1580, Adewale Hamed, HB 618, Benjamin Okalu and 6 others, HB 682, Bello Kauje, HB 1907, Adebayo Balogun, HB 2180, state creation now. I forgot the titles. On state creation, we have HB 2180, Jeremiah Umaru, HB 2226, Honorable Bagaja Mohammed, and Honorable Issa Bello Ambarura. Strengthening institutions, HB 2058, Benjamin Okalu and 6 others, HB 1291, Bamidele Salam. Local government, HB 2231, Benjamin Okalu and 6 others, HB 2234, Francis E. Waive, HB 2217, Paul Namchi, Chimaubi Samatu, and Nalim Naji. HB 205, Onyeye Ugochinyere, Ikagwonu. HB 2238, Bello Hassan Shinkafi. Devolution of powers, HB 199, Ikegwonu Onyinye Ugochinyere. Electoral matters, HB 1116, O. Kingsley Chinda, and 59 others. HB 1117, O.K. Chinda, and 59 others. HB 1115, O.K. Chinda, and 59 others. HB, I'm sorry, there is no HB number on number 36. But it is a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 1999 to remove from Independent National Electoral Commission the powers of registration and regulation of political parties in Nigeria and transfer same to the office of the Registrar General of Political Parties and for related
No,
matters.
drop that one.
We'll drop it?
There's no HB number on it, so drop
there's
it.
no HB number, we'll step it down.
Yes.
HB 1152, 1570, 1583, and 1596, Igariwe, Iduma, Enwo, and Maso Manusoro, and 2 others. HB 877, Akwajin Nombe, Abiante. HB 202, Ikagwono Onyinye Ugochinyere. HB 1278, Isa Ali Jesse. HB 869, Peter Patterson. HB 871, Muhammad Bello El Rufai. HB 928, Alex Egbona. HB 963, Mansour Manu Soro. HB 964, Mansour Manu Soro. HB 204, Ikagwono Onyinye Ugochinyere. HB 205, Ikagwono Onyinye Ugochinyere. HB 397, Saido Musa Abdullahi. HB 1808, Akintunde Rotimi.
On
HB 2208, Chinedu and Oga.
397, on HB 397.
897, what number is that?
It's 48.
Number 48.
House rules should give us more details on that. For the same thing for 43,
47 and 48.
43, 40, 47.
43, 47, 48. We need more.
Yeah, it's not
so
stated fully.
We'll step those down for now.
The long title only is not.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
We should delete them for now until this is
Yeah,
correct.
you should drop them.
I move that these bills, except 43, 47, and 48, be read the second time, Mr. Speaker.
43, 47, and 48.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Speaker.
Thank you. Minority Leader, can you second?
I second the motion for the second.
Excuse me, before you second, 4th of 50. 50. Please, leader, include, move your motion again before he second. Include 50 on the list.
The House bill numbers are just read out from number 14 to 50, excluding
43, 47, 48,
47, 48, and 50, and 36.
Look at 36.
Be read
But wait, look at 36.
The step down, and all others be read.
And 36, yes. So it's 36, 43, 47, 48, and 50.
Yeah.
Please, Minority Leader, second.
On the motion for the collective second reading of the bills in orders 14 to 50, save numbers 36, 43, 47, 48, and 50. I so second.
Those against say name. The ayes have it.
A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, provide for specific seats for women in national and state houses of assembly and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, provide for the inclusion of youth and persons living with disabilities in political appointments and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to completely eliminate the discrimination against women in the nationality law by allowing for wives to be able to pass on their nationality to their foreign husbands and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, provide for the involvement of the National Assembly in the process of negotiation for and entering into treaties with other countries and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide for the listing of the National Assembly Service Commission and State House of Assembly Service Commission as independent bodies under sections 158 and 197 respectively, to enhance the independence of the National Assembly Service Commission and the State House of Assembly Service Commission, to clearly designate the clerk of the National Assembly and clerks of State Houses of Assembly as heads of legislative service at the national and subnational levels and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to foster autonomy of state houses of assembly over local governments within their jurisdiction and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to set time within which civil and criminal causes and matters are heard and determined at trials and appellate courts in order to eliminate unnecessary delays in justice administration and delivery and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended by increasing the numbers of the justices of the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal in Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to establish the local government election tribunals to hear and determine election petitions for the offices of chairman, vice chairman, and councillors of local government councils and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to create a new state in the north central region of Nigeria known as one state and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to create a new state in the northwest.
If Chairman Electoral Affairs is here, I should approach the chair. Chairman Electoral Affairs.
In the northwest region of Nigeria known as Gobir State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide for mandatory periodic conduct of census and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to include civil defense in the second schedule to the Constitution and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the creation of Bende North local government area of the present Bende local government area of Abia State, to rename Bende local government area as Bende South local government area of Abia State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to make provisions for the creation of Ugueben local government area in Delta State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide for the creation of additional local government areas in Enugu State and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to create an additional local government area in Imo State to be known as Idiato West local government area and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the creation of Moriki local government area from the present Zurmi local government area, Zamfara State, and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to enhance interstate commerce by moving trade and commerce between the states to the concurrent legislative list and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the mode of electing the state governors, deputy governors, and appointment of the commissioners of states and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the means of election into the offices of the chairman and vice chairman of the local government councils in Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the office of the Prime Minister as head of government and the office of the President as head of state, to provide for a framework for the mode of election to the said offices and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to reduce the lengthy period of determination of pre-election petition matters and provide for the establishment of pre-election tribunals and pre-election matters and regulate the process of suspending a member of the National Assembly from legislative duties and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the change of simple majority in elections of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the state governors and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the requirements that qualifies a person to be elected as President and Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, governors and deputy governors of states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to set timelines for presentation of the Appropriations Bill and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to review the status of the Federal Capital Territory as regards the election of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to, amongst other provisions, establish state police force, change the name of the Police Service Commission to the Federal Police Service Commission, establish the State Police Service Commission, and amend the second and third schedules to the 1999 Constitution and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to strengthen transparency and regulate the issuance of waivers to federal ministries, departments, agencies, parastatals, extra-ministerial departments, public companies and corporations, and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the designation of a special account for borrowed funds, credits, and grants, and the publication of detailed progress report on the implementation of projects financed by funds other than revenues of the federal government and for related matters. Second reading. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to grant to the two chambers of the National Assembly and state houses of assembly powers to summon the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and governors of states, respectively, to answer questions.
No, that one was not what we passed. That one should be stepped. Keep it in abeyance.
A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to provide for a comprehensive compensation in the Land Use Act and for related matters. Second reading.
HB 536, HB 1763, HB 1482, HB 2196, HB 1580, HB 618, HB 682, HB 1907, HB 2180, HB 2226, HB 2058, HB 1291, HB 2231, HB 2234, HB 2217, HB 205, HB 2238, HB 199, HB 1116, HB 1117, HB 1115, HB 1152, HB 11570, 1583, and 1596 under 37. HB 877, HB 202, no, HB 877, HB 202, HB 1278, HB 869, HB 871, excluding HB 928, excluding HB 963, excluding HB 204, excluding HB 205, excluding HB 397, HB 1808 included, excluding HB 2208. I refer to Committee on Constitutional Review. A bill for an act to provide the legal framework of the establishment of the training institution of the Nigerian Police Force and for related matters. Honorable members will recall that the bill was committed to the Committee of the Whole on Wednesday, 25th March 2025. The leader of leaders will move for their consideration, for its consideration, please.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move 15th or the 51st?
Number 51.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, Julius Ihonvere, I rise to move that the bill for an act to provide the legal framework for the establishment of the training institutions of the Nigerian Police Force and for related matters, SB 470, be considered by the House.
Minority Leader, please.
For consideration of Senate Bill 470, I so second.
Those against say name. The ayes have it. The 16th order of the day is a resumption of consideration of the report on the Committee on Federal Road Safety Commission on the bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Establishment Act 2007 to empower the Federal Road Safety Commission with the responsibility for road traffic administration and safety management, preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes on public road, the supervision of users of such public road, regulation of traffic thereon, and clearing of obstruction on any part of the public road, and for educating drivers, motorists, and members of the public generally on the proper use of public roads and matters related to safety on the public roads and for related matters. Honorable members will recall that on Tuesday, 25th March 2025, the House in the Committee of the Whole considered and approved clauses 1 to 4 and deferred further consideration of the report. Honorable Abiodun Derin Adesida will move that consideration of the report do resume. Honorable Adesida.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I do move that the House do resume the consideration of the report of the Committee on Federal Road Safety Commission on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Road Safety Commission Establishment Act 2007 to empower the Federal Road Safety Commission with the responsibility for road traffic administration and safety management, preventing and minimizing road traffic crashes on public roads, the supervision of users of public roads, the regulation of the traffic thereon, and clearing of obstruction on any part of the public roads, and for educating drivers, motorists, and other members of the public generally on the proper use of the public roads and matters related to safety on the public roads and for related matters thereon, HB 1604 and 1401, and approve the recommendation therein. I so move.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by Honorable Adeshida. I so second.
The 17th order of the day is consideration of the report of the Committee on University Education and the bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal University of Technology, Badagry, Lagos State, and for related matters. Honorable members will recall that the report was laid on Thursday, 11 July 2024. Honorable Abubakar Falata will move for its consideration. Honorable Falata.
My respected colleagues, I move that the House do consider the report of the House Committee on University Education on a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal University of Technology, Badagry, Lagos State, and for related matters, House Bill 1500. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
I rise to second that this bill be considered in the interest of Nigerians. Thank you.
Those against say name. The ayes have it. The 18th order of the day is consideration of report of the Ad hoc Committee on the Investigation of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, and the FCT Muslim Pilgrim Welfare Board over the shoddy treatment of Nigerian pilgrims during 2024 Hajj exercise. Honorable members will recall that the report was laid on Tuesday, 25th March 2025. Honorable Sada Soli will move for its consideration. Honorable Sada.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the House do consider the report on the Ad hoc Committee on the Investigation of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, and the FCT Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board over the shoddy treatment of Nigerian pilgrims during the 2024 Hajj exercise. I so approve the recommendation therein. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
I rise this afternoon to second this motion heavily moved by leader and colleagues.
I rise to move that the House resolve to Committee of the Whole to consider the reports that have been earlier outlined. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
I will go into Committee of the Whole to consider this report. Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby resolves into Committee of the Whole to consider a report on all these bills and investigations. Honorable colleagues, the bill to be considered is for an act to provide a legal framework for the establishment of the training institutions of the Nigerian Police Force and for related matters. I invite Honorable Julius, the smiling leader of the House, to give the synopsis.
You know, we discussed this yesterday, but there were not enough copies for members. Essentially, this bill, which is long overdue and very important, SB 470, it will strengthen and institutionalize the Nigerian police force to bring it up to standards with other parts of the world, improve on technology, on training and retraining, on leadership capacity, and contemporary methods to control crime and criminality and respect for human rights, among other provisions, and to provide training centers across the country and make sure they are uniform, that every police officer receives exactly the same training to enable them perform at the maximum. I recommend it to my dear colleagues, and I think it's important. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Giving these powers to only one man to exercise is very dangerous. It's a strong man institution we are trying to create.
Don't you have confidence in your IGP? That is not, he's the head of the whole institution.
Chairman, yes, but when you come to some of these activities, they are handled by the Police Service Commission. Yes, that is the truth. So some of these actions you are putting here will conflict with the Police Service Commission. That is the truth, sir.
Okay, can they do it together?
That is why I said on the recommendation of the Inspector General of Police to the Police Service Commission. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds
good.
Because
that is a body. It's not an individual. It's a body.
I agree with you.
Yes, sir.
Before we do that, we have to rescind our earlier resolution that we have carried that particular J. Okay? So please, Honorable, move that we rescind our decision on that particular one.
On clause 3, sub J, I so move, sir.
Any seconder?
Mr. Chairman, I rise this moment to second that motion.
Thank you. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Now, the amendment that he made, any seconder to that amendment? Somebody was raising his name. He made a very good argument. Yes, let's have you seconded, my brother.
I stand to support the motion ably moved by my colleague. I so second. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So 4 remain the same, 5 remain the same.
No.
Chairman, sir. Sorry, sir. I think that there are some other provisions that will be affected by this amendment.
Okay.
Take, for example, if you look at O of the provision, wherever the Inspector General of Police appears, it means that the Police Service Commission has to. If you go to O, we are saying recommending to the Inspector General of Police for the withdrawal of any officer from the training institutions for good cause, diploma, certificates, blah, 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 which means that because discipline itself is the responsibility of Police Service Commission.
Inspector General of Police will put, are you listening? I don't think this one applies. Are you saying anywhere we see Inspector General of Police, we put Police Service Commission? You are being distracted.
Sorry, sir. Chairman, because the police training, they do not train civilians as it were. They train more of their officers once you are recruited into that training school most of the times. And discipline is within the purview of Police Service Commission. So the Inspector General or the principal, except you are saying the principal of that institution, the Director General of that institution will take the punishment. It shouldn't come to the Inspector General of Police. Once it is not the DG or the principal of that institution, then that action must come to the Police Service Commission, because the issues of general discipline is within the purview of the Police Service Commission. That's my argument, sir.
We're mixing some issues here. This is talking about the training institutions which are completely under the purview of the IG, as it is now. The Police Service Commission is in charge of recruitment, promotion, and discipline of officers. And all training institutions, as it is today, even with the existence of Police Service Commission Act, are under the instruction and the management of the IG. Remember, all the police institutions are being managed by minimum of police commissioners, which report directly to the IG, appointed by the commission. So I think we should be a little bit much careful in removing where the IG should issue directives or general directives in the management of these institutions and taking it back to the commission. And we know the politics between the commission and the IG, especially when it comes to...
The more we reduce the bureaucracy, the better.
Thank you, sir.
Some things are simpler than how we want to complicate them. It is under the mandate of the IGP to train his force to now share that responsibility with the commission will bring a lot of problems. So what Honorable Sada Soli raised here is key. Let's be careful so that we don't end up creating a monster that there'll be too much friction. They can't function because they need to run. IGP would now be running to police commission on every little thing that is supposed to handle on its own. And once that happens, you will see that there'll be no growth. There'll be no development of the force. Yes.
The institution should just be touched and separate from
the commission.
The commission.
I agree.
And there should be a single line of command. We are now making it vertical, as we have just said now. We've been watering down the powers of the IG himself to have direct control over what because it's training, basically, and not so, Mr. Chairman, commission any civilian can be assigned to be the chairman, who would now want to exercise the same authority which the IG who has been trained and those.
Okay. I think you made your point. Like I always call the committee of the whole, is the kitchen where we bake laws. We'll add water. If the sugar is much, we'll add salt. If the salt is too much, we'll reduce until we get it right. There is no problem in going forward and going backward until we get it correctly. Yeah, we are going to reverse the amendment in 3J because this is fundamental. So please, I would like, Maoga, I want you to rescind that 3J because of this new. Let's make it as simple as possible, not too bureaucratic. So if you can rescind resolution on that.
I rescind J as directed by the chair.
Thank you.
I so move.
Thank you. No, you are moving a motion for it to be rescinded. Not that you are the one rescinding. I'm the one who. So you are moving the motion. So obey the second order, not the first one. Say I move for this to be those against saying the eyes of. This is legislative majority. This is when good heads come together. We give and take, until we get it right. So we leave 3J as it is, and we'll proceed. So 3J, carried. 4, you want to say something on 3?
5.
On 5, okay. 4 carried.
Looked at number 5.
What page?
Page 8. On the establishment and functions of the Nigerian Police Force Training School. And because of principle of equity and fairness, I was trying to be guided to understand why almost every zone in the country have 5, 3, 2, and the Southeast is the only one that have only one police training school. Can they be adjusted for equity and fairness? Now, page 8, because I think section 5, where the Southwest have 5, and the South have 3, North Central 4, and the South is 1.
I remember it was cured. The issue you raised is fundamental. If you go to page 54, can you go to page 54? Go to page 54. The first schedule. Colleges include, starting from 53. Read on the right side. Yeah, if you go down there now, you'll see.
Okay, Enugu. Abia. Abia. Enugu and Abia.
Yeah, Enugu and Abia and Imo.
And Imo. Chairman.
All right, thank you for that good observation. 5 carried. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Okay. Who has something to say about 9?
18 on requirement for admission to the colleges and schools.
I can't hear you. Speak to
requirement for admission to the colleges and schools. F. Free from pecuniary embarrassment. I think that thing should be changed to good character. It's vague. That is 1. 2. Where they have B, possession of minimum qualification of 5 credits in more than 2 sittings. I think this WASSECE.
Let's take it 1.
Yeah? What? Okay, not more than 2 sittings. Sorry. I'm thinking that we should go back and refer this West African School Certificate Examination. There are no C there, I think. Because the body is West Africa Examination Council. The certificate is supposed to read West Africa School Certificate Exam, not council exam. It's subject to be referred.
Okay, that's a typo. They will correct the typo.
Okay, thank you. Then number 7. No, I mean F. That English is tautology.
It's free from any pecuniary embarrassment.
It doesn't make any meaning. It can be free of good character, be of good character. Simple.
They are two different things.
We don't need to refer to a police register. If you look at C says the age, be of the age of 18 to 25 years for admission. Besides supporting him, I will also want to observe, sir, I don't know whether we intend that this institution should have the kind of courage that Scotland Yard has, where our policemen also go for training. In fact, a lot of policemen have been trained outside this country. And so if we're establishing a bill for our own institution, we should also have that vision that some of these institutions should train people from outside the country. Just like our NILS here is doing. Parliamentarians from outside Nigeria come here for training. And then we are putting in this bill that you must be a Nigerian for you to be admitted into this institution. I think that we need to look at it properly. If we want to preserve it for just Nigerians alone, what it means is that we are also limiting the institution. But I think that we should have an institution that other countries in Africa should come here and get trained too. So we need to look at that section. Limitation that only persons of Nigerian origin.
Which number is that?
That's A.
Huh?
A. That's 9A on page 18.
Okay. So how do you want it to read? How do you want it to read?
That is drafted here has a reflection on the objectives of this bill. Go back to page 1. Go back to page 1, Mr. Chairman. Enhances professionalism, efficiency, effectiveness of the Nigeria Police Force through structured and continuous training programs. B, fostering a uniform training curriculum that aligns with international best practices and specific needs of Nigeria's diverse law enforcement landscape. We must tie everything to Nigeria. Yes, we know we can accommodate people to come to get more knowledge from the institutions of the Nigeria Police. Yes, we have. Woodil is there. The university Woodil is there. They can admit foreigners, and they do admit foreigners. We have a National Defense Academy here. The police from all parts of the country. Defense College is here. 1D. Establish criteria for accreditation of all training institutions established under this bill and ensuring compliance with established training standards.
Yeah, but
1D.
Well, it talks about the interagency.
Facilitate interagency within the country.
Jurisdiction within the country.
Within the country. It's talking about Nigeria. Sir. Excuse me, sir. How do you bring people from other countries to come to training school in Kaduna? We don't take recruits to go to Scotland Yard. We don't take recruits to go to Scotland Yard. That's the recruits. That's within the limit of the recruits. If you are above that, you go to Woodil, the university. That's why they have the cut off MBET, WAEC, and this. If you are above that threshold, you take JAM and you go to Woodil for degree course. It's there. It is there.
Yeah, please. Let's hear from the leader of
equivalent of such qualifications from other jurisdictions. After WAEC, GCE, NECO, NAPTEP, other jurisdictions will be referring to qualifications from elsewhere. But more importantly, we can create a new line that where necessary or applicable, provisions to admit from other countries. It will promote comparative policing. No police system is particularly self-sufficient. And I think even in our secondary schools here, we are foreigners in our secondary schools. The ambassadors whose children go to school in this country and write WAEC and NAPTEP and other exams. So I do not see anything wrong, even if it is a basic police training, to expose them to building relationships with police officers from other countries. It only enriches their knowledge and builds the kind of relationship across borders. One of them could become IG in another country, and he remembers his friend who is IG here. Collaboration at different levels can take off. So we can create a new line, just making that, and that solves the problem.
So many people want to comment on this. Communicator, let me hear from you.
The position of Honorable Sada is quite germane, and I will tell you why. There are other institutions where people can come from outside, but when they are coming from outside, like the War College and all of those places, they are recommended by their nation. So it's not as if at an elementary training of police of ours, we should throw it open to external people. So they are not coming on the recommendations of their country. They are coming as individuals, and they will enter our police institutions and take our training. So for me, I support the position of Honorable Sada on this matter. Thank you.
I stand to support the position of Honorable Sada because training institutions caters for recruits. We have what we call the police academy, which I have gone for the past 17 years, I passed through. And we have only 2 of these institutions in Africa, or West Africa. Police Academy Udil and the other one in Egypt. It's allowed for exchanges at the level of police academy, but not at the level of training colleges. What we will encourage, or this bill will encourage, is that issue of facilitating interagency collaboration that will improve that synergy in operation between other agencies, within police, the DSS, and the army. You can see the problem we used to have in joint operations, rather than bringing officers from other part of the country to train in the training institutions for recruit. In the military, the Nigerian Defense Academy, in their own Tama 1, Tama 2, Tama 3, they go to England, India, and other part of the world to train with them. At the point of graduation, they return back to the Nigerian Academy and graduate. So I'm in support of Honorable Sadi.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, here.
I think I'm partially in support of what Honorable Sada Soli is saying on one point. For us, I think for junior courses, it should be for only Nigerians. But if there is room for professional courses, then it can be made open, because it's very, very important that we don't expose ourselves that much. Thank you.
I want to align with the minority leader, sir. If you look at page 2, it's about retraining serving police officers to become more professional in accordance with world best practice. If you also look at the objective of the bill, it's also for comprehensive legal and institutional framework, and also for providing holistic and specialized training in any professional field relevant to policing and law enforcement. So it should be a training institute that is the same level with international training institute that our police officers go all over the world.
Do we need foreigners to be in our school to be able to do global best practices?
When foreign,
I think what we need is our lecturers to be trained all over the world, so that when they come back, they will offload their knowledge on our children to become the best.
Sir, if our institute become a place of pride in training police officers, nations that have bilateral relationship with us may want to send some of their officers to be trained. And I think it's a thing of global pride, the way we go to other training institutes all over the world. So, and again, there's no way you can be admitted like an individual. It has to be on recommendation. So it doesn't expose anything or put us in any danger. So I think that limitation should be removed. It should be left with the police institute to decide.
All right. If they're in this country, probably they were born here, or they must have acquired their citizenship while here. They can be enrolled as Nigerians in those schools, in those training centers. But to open it so wide at this level might be an issue, unless the parliament decides otherwise. And no law is cast on stone. We can have it as it is now, later on amend it, and begin to incorporate all these other areas. Let's try it first. Let's give the legal framework to what we are trying to do now, and later on we can advance it. We can, add up all this one. That's my take, that we carry that particular clause as it is. Carried? 11? 9? Another one on 9? Which one is that, please?
There's a requirement that a person must not be less than 1.6 meters in height. Now, in the United Kingdom, in America, most other civilized nations in the world do not have height limitations on their police officers. It seems very discriminatory that we are limiting it to 1.67 meters. If a short man wants to be a police officer, let the short man be a police officer. There are short holes that people need to enter to find criminals. Are criminals limited in height? So why must our police also be limited in height?
Height. There are people who are shorter than me who will be able to reach a height higher than me. That's the truth. When there is time for action, you see people shorter than me jumping higher than some of us who are seen to be on the other side. So should we remain within that issue, that tradition of height? But the problem has always been police have their standard, military have their standard. So that because the height of the gun is also should not be taller.
Mr. Chairman.
If the height of the gun is taller than the holder of the gun, on a lighter note, I'm just saying, these guns they are making these days, some of them are quite tall. And if you have a gun that is taller than the holder, which one is the policeman, the gun or the holder? So let us see how we balance that. Do we maintain the height? And just for now, yes, let's allow other people to speak. I'll come back to you. Over there. Yeah, you wanted to say something on that. After him, you, right?
Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yes.
Just to align myself with what my Honorable Ibe just mentioned. Going into the police doesn't mean you have to be a combatant. You could be a surveillance officer. You could be any other thing in the force. So, what does your height need to do with your admin being in the police? What does your height need to do with your performing other roles aside being on the road, going for enforcement and stuff like that? So, the height doesn't really matter and we don't need to be fixated and fix ourselves to a tradition which, the world has already moved beyond that. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
I rise to align that this provision is discriminatory. And sincerely speaking, our colleague, Dr. Alex, has every intellect. And he is not...
Why are you making reference to my friend? You want him to stand on top of the desk?
There are a lot of people that have intellect, and a lot of them have this passion to do this police work. But then, because of their height, they said, no, you are not qualified. And some of them are so brilliant that if
it's
they
actually
come in, they are going to put in their expertise there, and they are going to put in their best. Why should height be a problem? This is false. Now, if it is a military or the Air Force and you say you want to put height, yes, but this is policing. Policing should not be tagged with any height. I totally agree with him. That was the point I wanted to raise.
It's because of your demand, your time. That's what makes us sometimes we just, but I'm going to tell rules and business to be giving us one or two to consider oftentimes. Somebody said when it comes to the heights, you can keep them in the office to do management work, but to deny them the ambition to work in the police force or police service is actually, because of height, it's actually discriminatory. It's actually discriminating. And also, another consequence is that if we do this, there will be a consequential amendment on almost all the forces. Because if you do police today, army, are you going to discriminate in army too? When they bring the bill, we'll look at that too. Yeah, so I think a parliament is unique when it thinks outside the box, not just follow the trajectory of tradition, but the dynamics of the society. And it is expected that it reflects the needs and the wishes of the people that we represent. While we represent the tall people and we want them in the police force, we also represent the short ones who want to join the police force. Having said that, is the parliament favorably inclined towards amending the issue of height? And if so, can somebody move for amendment so that we can move forward?
Stop using this word short. There are languages that are a bit more democratic. That is,
okay.
If somebody is vertically challenged, it's a different thing for social.
Are you saying the height is physically challenged? It's not physically challenged.
No, in fact, I was going to add, when we are talking of this height matter, what of persons with disability?
All inclusive of the people we represent. Can somebody move amendments? Yes. The environmentalists.
Be medically, physically, and psychologically fit and must comply with the guidelines.
Sorry, my attention has been drawn to E as well. That has to do with the chest.
Exactly. I was even going to go to that. Exactly. So it goes along. So I'm proposing that D and E be deleted and be replaced with be medically, physically, and psychologically fit and must comply with the guidelines guiding recruitment into the college. Because I'm aware, I'm saying this, Mr. Chair, because I went to military school, and in our days, height requirement was required. Now there are guidelines that guide recruitment into the military forces that must not be included in the law establishing. The guidelines are separate documents that guide certain behavior, certain recruitment necessary for those recruitments. So we can put it that the guidelines can cover...
No. We cannot depend on the guideline. We can't depend on the guideline.
So we'll be silent on
that. Because in the supremacy of enactment or legislations, it's derived from the law. So the law is supreme to the guidelines.
Yes.
So they can make the internal guidelines and depend on that. But if the stronger law, the supreme, which in this case, this enactment, says something different, to that extent, if it conflicts, the reliance will be had to this particular one that we are making now. That is how the
okay, so we can be silent on that,
supremacy of laws works.
Okay, so we'll be silent on that. So we'll delete clause D and E and just leave it at be medically, physically, and psychologically fit to be recruited into the college. So your
proposal is that we'll be silent on issue of height and chest.
And chest, yes. So we'll just talk about medically, physically, and psychologically fit.
I hereby second the amendment. I so second.
Thank you very much. 9 as amended. Carried. 10. 11. 11.
And 11(1)(a) is saying that the Inspector General of Police shall be the chairman of the management committee. I'm looking at whether it has to be or his designee or assignee or representative, because we have how many of these institutions, and if he has to be the chairman.
13, 14, 14. If I don't hear carried, we are not carried, no. 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, 19. The motion for amendment has been moved. This has been seconded by Tijani in support of Honorable Oshoba. I put the question. Those in support of this amendment say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Then I put the question. Those in support of this motion as amended say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to Committee of the House on Justice and also Legislative Compliance, please.
And those were the highlights of the House plenary of Thursday, 27th of March, 2025, bringing us to the end of the package today. We thank you so much for watching. Do join us again for another episode of the program next week. I am Itaire Ikben. See you next time.